Hello, this is Dana. This is my Trailblazers of the Universe YouTube channel. On my channel, I'm helping you fearlessly and unapologetically live your best, most authentic life. I'm helping you break through your barriers and transcend limitations you may have. So, today, I want to make a video on which path will you choose. First of all, I want to say there's a trigger warning in this video. I've had a tragic event that's happened recently. It's related to someone passing away in a way that could trigger somebody. When I'm talking about what path will you take, this is many different levels. This is I'm inspired by what's going on in my life, what's going on in the outside world. So basically, as we know, I've said in previous videos, there's a split going on right now. Big split. Whether you want to label it as good, evil, higher consciousness, lower consciousness, 3D, 5D, however you want to label it, there's a very clear split. It's funny how you can be right next to somebody, right? And be in a completely different world. But we are all connected. So there's like our own reality, right? And then there's the collective consciousness, the collective reality, right? And it's all connected. And we do affect each other, right? You know, there's the frequency shifts going on. There's things like the Lion's Gate, right? There's different cosmic events. There's a lot going on. So, as I've said in my previous videos, when there are higher frequencies, any energy shifts going on the planet, right? It's a period of transformation. Things that are lower vibration, like I said, are coming to the surface to be released. It's also the age of Aquarius, age of information. So that means stuff that's hidden in the dark is coming to the light. Everything that's been holding you back needs to be brought to your awareness. Some of it is unconscious and you'll be in for a little bit of a shock, but some of it you're probably aware of, and maybe you feel yourself stuck in patterns, and it could be like karmic patterns from past lives. It could be just karma from this life. It could be just unresolved emotions, unresolved trauma. And also, when this kind of stuff happens, if you have a lot of things in your life that are not in alignment with where your life's supposed to go, or your life purpose, or just not in the right direction, things are going to fall apart. Sometimes, in order to get your attention and awareness to realize what it is, because some people are more conscious than others. Some people think ignorance is bliss, right? Or some people just want to suppress everything. So, it will come at some point or another, with everything that's going on the planet. I mean, you see in the outside world, you watch the news, you see what's going on in the media, you see people are, separating and dividing more. It comes to the point where you're going to have to make a choice, and that choice is going to be in the fork of the road. I had this happen when I had struggled with my addiction years ago. Everything fell apart, right? I call that dark night of the soul. Also doing shadow work, which I think prepared me for something that happened recently. Everything fell apart in my life. None of that was in alignment. The job I was doing, the relationships I was having, the relationship I was in, or whatever I don't even want to call it, my lifestyle, my life choices, toxic behaviors, toxic lifestyle. It all had to crash really hard and me to suffer a lot for me to be aware of what needed to change. And then once you're aware of it, or you just can't stand suffering anymore, you're left with choices. And the other choice, the higher road, or whatever you want to label it, the choice that's going to be the hardest, it's probably going to be the most uncomfortable, out of your comfort zone, the one that's more in alignment with your higher self, or where your life is supposed to go, your life purpose, is probably going to be, if you're having a lot of suffering, it's going to be the exact opposite of everything you've been doing. So the years of programming, years of your behaviors, is going to feel very uncomfortable to go in this unknown direction. Your subconscious likes to keep you safe, right? Everything in a certain pattern is used to patterns, right? Energy patterns, right? So when they don't play out, when you put a stop at the energy pattern, your brain freaks out. You freak out. And if you suppress emotions for years, they're going to start to come up, and they can be very painful. That's what happened in my case. My mother is no longer around, and in kind of the worst way possible. I'm saying I can't say certain things on this video on, YouTube, but she made a choice. And she made the choice because there's a split in the road, right? The suffering came so bad, like kind of with my addiction, she couldn't handle it anymore. So there are other choices, and also if you have mental health issues, you have suppressed emotions, fears, a lot of things, and other issues, family, marriage, anything else, right? Or just personal life, work, health problems, all those things combined, right? All those things are crashing or coming down at once, and it can be overwhelming. And if you do not have the coping skills to deal with it, or you just don't want to change, can feel overwhelming, and sometimes you feel like, you don't have choices. But I said being stuck is an illusion. I made a video on that. There are a million different choices you could choose, but it's not going to be comfortable, and it's going to be different from everything in your life. It's unknown, so there's a lot of things that go beyond that, right? And straight up, some people just don't want to change. So the question is, everyone has a choice, right? And that was her soul's choice. I'm not even judging it, because maybe in her situation she felt that was overwhelming, and she felt she would have a sense of peace. But remember, there is karma. There's other factors that come into play. Afterlife, I'm not going to get into all that. Everyone has different beliefs on that. But, we do know that karma exists. And, so maybe what's not worked out, if you believe in past lives, multiple lives, right, which I do, things will be worked out in the next life, some of the issues. I hope she heals, her soul heals and everything. And remember that every choice you make affects everybody else, right? So even that choice affected me. Now, put me at a crossroad, right? I'm doing everything on my YouTube. I'm doing everything I'm doing. Getting better. People who know me know my struggles of mental health addiction in the past, and know how far I've come. And this was a big, whew. So now I have a crossroad. I have a choice. There are people that have even been, from my past that have been, tempting me to kind of go back to my old self, and I think it's messed up that they use something like this to do that, but it is what it is. There's split going on a planet. There's darker forces, light forces, right? There's literally spiritual warfare going on this planet, so it just is. But I do have a choice. I could easily, in my old me, would have gone back and done all that stuff before. Gone in a spiral, right? Maybe go back to using, or toxic behaviors, with guys even. So I sat back, and I have experienced this before, not with a family member close like that, but with friends. So I went to treatment before, so I've done a lot of, I say, inner work. So I have a choice too. I could go self and go in the old patterns and have that same reality again, which is not obviously hasn't worked out too well. Or I could keep doing what I was doing, right? This was like a test for me. So even, see, other people's choices affect everything as karma. Everything you're attached to, right, is connected. So even the person you run into a grocery store, choice you make could affect them, right? So this is family related. There's karma, I'm sure, involved in this, even maybe from past lives, from this life. Different lessons need to be learned, right? So that's fine. And we have to accept that people make their choices sometimes. We have to, acceptance is a big key of it. Whether you like it or not, everyone's soul makes a certain choice. You have choices, you have free will. I know I've been doing better. I know this was a big lump in the road, but I consider myself an alchemist. I know how to transmute energy. I made a video on that too, transmuting energy. Being an alchemist of your life. You can use the energy, the negative energy, into something positive. I know now, it made it very obvious that I need to help more people. A lot of people are struggling with mental health right now, and a lot of people, the reason why they're making the choices they're making are sometimes because of mental health, because they feel like they're stuck, they can't get out of things, right? So, choice I'm going to make, I'm going to keep inspiring people, I'm going to use this to empower me, I'm going to grieve, I'm not going to suppress my emotions, because that's what's caused that to begin with, but I'm going to use this to help people, inspire people, I'm going to allow myself to feel emotions, I'm going to actually power up on my self-care, get more sleep, eat healthier, exercise more, because now to handle trauma, stress like that, and grief, you need to be strong, right? I need to make sure I'm on my A game. In the past, me would have gone and used something or go drink a bunch, right? I'm not even going to do that. I don't want to do that. Because that's not going to help me at all, and it's just going to make me weaker and just not in a stable mindset to handle certain things. So I'm actually doubling up on myself. I'm keeping myself busy. I'm going to work, right? And I keep doing my YouTube videos, because that's the one thing that's actually felt like it's alignment with my soul purpose. And I feel like this is all experience. This is, I'm supposed to connect with people more through this experience and help people that are struggling with this, or people that have been through this. So I kind of went off a little bit there, but my question is, what path are you going to take? Things are going to get rough. With the higher frequencies coming on the planet, things are going to come up to the surface to be revealed. Things that are uncomfortable, things that you've been suppressing for a while are going to come up. We have Mercury retrograde. I'm not even going to get into that. If you haven't been doing shadow work, you might be in for reawakening. I'll make another video on integrating your shadow, on mindful of the choices you're making. Every little choice affects your reality, right? Affects someone else's reality, the collective, right? The energy you're putting out, the thoughts, the feelings, the actions are affecting everybody around you and yourself more than you think. That's why we also have to be careful what we're tuning into, because what we're tuning into is also affecting our choices. So be careful what you're putting into your mind. If you're watching things that put you in fear all the time, whether it's news, even sometimes scary movies can get your nervous system jolted, right? Be careful what you're eating. They put a lot of things in the food we eat. I've been eating a lot more natural. I'm not saying I'm vegan, I'm not saying I'm this, but I am eating a lot healthier food, and I've noticed I feel a lot better. I have more superfoods, things like that. The music you're tuning into, some of it, a lot of the music can be really depressing and put you in a certain mood, right? Different frequencies, right? 432, 528 hertz are good to raise your frequency if you're feeling down. Get out into nature, ground. Grounding is important. Some people, when they want to go and escape their reality, things get rough, but you actually need to be grounded so you can have a state of mind to deal with all the things that are coming up. Because if your feet are not on the solid ground, when things like this happen, I'm not saying it's going to be as intense as what happened to me, but you're not stable enough. You're going to fall over. You see what I'm saying? So grounding is important. Getting close, whether it's in nature or, I do breath work, even meditation gets me more present. Stuff like that. You need to get help. Get help. Sometimes you need to talk to somebody. There are groups, support groups online. There's a lot of free stuff if you don't have money. There's therapy. There's a lot of things you can do. So just be mindful of the choices you're making, because every choice you make ripples throughout the universe. It affects everything else around you more than you think. We get so stuck in our own worlds that we don't realize how things are affecting other people. And if we want to raise the frequency and consciousness of the planet, we need to connect more. I made a video on focus on connection instead of separation, not being separate. We actually need to connect more than ever, because not just me, I experienced this, but I've seen other people experience kind of similar things to what I'm experiencing right now. Some are very tragic, very traumatic. We need to lean on each other and help each other, not go isolate. Okay, I understand you need to take time yourself to process things, fine, but you can connect with people. There are people that have been through what you've been through. And since I've been more vulnerable and open up about this experience, I've actually connected with people and learned more about people. Some people that I didn't know had similar experiences. And we talked how they dealt with it. We need to connect more. So we can choose this path together to elevate, to live a healthier lifestyle so we don't have to suffer so much. A lot of this is self-induced. You have free will. You can make choices. They're not comfortable, like I said sometimes. But the transformation happens outside of your comfort zone. You have to take one small step outside of your comfort zone. That's how you make changes. Sometimes we try to make too big of a jump. Be mindful of the choices you're making. Be mindful of what you're programming into your brain, what you're speaking into existence. Your words affect people as well. How you're feeling all the time. A feeling is a vibration. It's affecting you're connected to everything around you and everybody around you. So we need to work on making better choices. I made a video on how to make better life choices. Just be mindful of the path you're choosing. Whether you say this is a new earth, ascension, whatever. There is a shift, whatever. Some people, I don't like the labels either, but I know there's a shift in frequency. I can see a clear divide. You can go out in public and see people are where people at, right? And even if you make a bad choice, don't beat yourself up. Keep going forward. It's not just, I make one choice and my whole life changes. No, if you are making these choices for most of your life, majority of your life, and you make one good choice, that's great, that's good, but you have to keep making those better choices. And if you mess up, you just pick yourself back up. You learn the lesson. Everything is a lesson or chaos. I made a video on that too. But there's a lesson to be learned in each of those choices. And sometimes the suffering is what brings the awakening, is what brings the transformation. I know the most suffering I experienced brought the most transformation, even inspired this channel. So keep moving forward. Don't give up. I also made a video on different phases to awakening and healing. Be mindful of the choices and think about which path you want to take. Do you want to keep going in the cycles from the past and having the same results that probably didn't work out for you? Or do you want to try something new, something better, something that could be more in alignment with your life purpose, more in alignment with your higher self, that could be contributing to the world, offering, focus on solutions, not problems. Working with one another, connecting with one another if you need help. You don't have to do everything alone. We're all in this together. So let's make some choices to live from our heart space, to connect with each other, and elevate, or raise the vibration and frequency of Mother Earth, the planet, and of everyone else around you. That's all I have for today. If you like this content, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that bell notification, also to be notified when I post new videos. I also have a Facebook group, an Instagram, and a TikTok. The links are in my video description and in my channel description. Also, I offer transformational coaching. I specialize in mental health, addiction, personal development, relationships, and manifestation. I do it all. So if you're interested in that, my contact info is below. Have a good day. Namaste.